Red Dead Redemption 2 is for trash people that look at shit on a canvas and call it art. Alright?
And I'm Fist Truck. Welcome.
Let me tell you something. Alright? 80% of the game is you riding from mission to mission. 10% of the game is you shooting on a mission. And the other 10% of the game is random shit happening. Alright?
Alright.
It's not a good game. It's not a good game. It's not a good game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I refuse
I still want to
to say... dude, I got really far in the game.
Part of me still wants to beat it.
Yeah, here's my experience with the game. Red Dead 1, big fan. Had a lot of fun with it. Played the multiplayer crap ton load. Was hyped for Red Dead 2. Played Red Dead 2. For the first 20 hours, I was like, yeah, this game has style. This game has great scenery.
I thought you were about to start doing the DK rap.
This game has Donkey Kong in it. No, this game is like next gen. It's fantastic. I like how they made the world so open. It makes you feel like you're traveling back in the old days. It's great. It's fantastic. Hour 21. You know, I've been doing maybe 18 hours of traveling and 2 hours of actual gameplay. Maybe I'm fooling myself. And maybe...
You're drinking the Kool-Aid?
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Maybe this is the worst game ever made. And I think I got past... I got pretty far in the game because I have seen a whole playthrough of it. And it's just, dude, I don't know how you justify that game being in a contender for Game of the Year. It's just, I don't care how much money you spent on it or how much vision you thought you had in it. It's a bad video game.
Fart sniffing, man. Like, yeah. I did not play it for as long as you did. I probably played it for like 8 hours, I think. 6-8 hours. And
I played it for a long time. I put maybe like 30-40 hours into it.
Damn, you just said 20, but okay.
No, I said when I got to the 20-hour mark, that's when I started realizing.
Okay. I was playing it and I was like, yo, I remember watching you play it, and I watched I think I saw at least 3 other people play it, and every time I saw it, I saw the same thing happening, which was galloping around on the horse, and then like you would get caught up on simple things like menial tasks, like trying to interact with something would never go the way you want it to. Pulling out,
or your horse would do something stupid.
Yeah, and then
stuck on.
Or like
something.
there was the classic that it was funny, but also clearly a sign that something dumb happened, where you would want to speak with someone and then pull out your gun instead. Because they made the interact button the same button as shooting, which is the dumbest fucking thing I think I've ever heard.
Did you? So I have a video clip from just they had the PlayStation Share thing, and you're the guy setting up a piece of dynamite on a railroad track, and he says, "Hey, I'm here to check on you to make sure you're setting up the fucking dynamite right." And he says, "I don't need your goddamn help." And he said, "Why don't you just take a look at it?" And then I go press RT to talk to him. And he just pulls out the gun, and the way I had the camera positioned, it was directly positioned on the dynamite, and it blew up the fucking dynamite. So I just quick drawn, and it blew me up and failed the mission and everything.
It's like, what the like, how does that happen? Because like the dumbest control scheme ever known to mankind, like that, shit like that, where it like gets a pass. Like, I guess this is to the same extent that Elden Ring gets a pass on like some like shitty menus and stuff, because it's Elden Ring, but at the same time, I think it gets away with that because the game's fun, right?
Yeah.
Which is one of those weird concepts of like, oh shit, I'm having fun playing this game, as opposed to something like Red Dead where you play it and you're like, yo, I'm doing a lot of things in this game, but I would never describe this as fun. Like,
Yeah.
you know, why do I have to sit through the same, like, you have to get, you know, you have to do the hunting and all that kind of shit, right? And
Yeah.
every single time there's something you have to do, and yet every single time I need to do it, I gotta sit through the same animation. Gotta sit through the same
It's
thing.
a lot of busy
Yeah,
work. A lot of
and
busy
then
work.
when you're
And-
like foraging for stuff in a house, you gotta wait as he slowly opens the cupboards or the drawers or whatever, and there's a piece of wood stuck inside me, and I was gone. Like, you have to wait for all that shit, and you're like, yo, this is like some real fart sniffing shit, man. Like, you guys
Yeah.
really started, like, we're getting high off your own shit, because all it would take is just a moment to step away from that to realize how unfun this shit is. Like, that's the big thing.
Also, it's like, how do I don't even know if I am like smart enough to compare it to how to make it better. But if I'm gonna compare it to like Last of Us, it's a story-driven game. Story in the game is really
Yeah, like, that doesn't...
all right. Characters are endearing.
Yeah.
You get connected, and you find out, you know, it's a prequel to the Red Dead 1, which also had a great story, but was more fun. I guess because you traveled a lot less. A lot more stuff was happening in a quicker amount of time, I guess.
I'm gonna be honest, Red Dead 1, I played it for the multiplayer. I beat the game. I did beat the game, but by the time I got to the end of the game, I was like, this kind of... I thought it kind of wasn't that great. Like, I kind of saw in it the same problems that people were saying about Red Dead 2. Where there's just like... You know, now the hunting stuff, you're not definitely... That was optional. You know, that was optional.
Yeah,
it wasn't
way
busy
optional.
work, so I get that. But when it came to, like, a lot of the missions boiling down to you doing some like, incredibly unfun, repetitive tasks, and, you know, you kind of spending the vast majority of the game just traveling, I feel like Red Dead 1 was the same way, because when I play, like, let me clarify, I put hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours into Red Dead's multiplayer, the first one. So I definitely enjoyed the game, but when it came to the story, the single player, you know, like the story itself was good, but when it came to playing the game, it was like Red Dead 2, not as bad, but I definitely had those problems with it. And then when Red Dead 2 came out, and then people were saying that these are the problems with the game, I'm like, they were there from the beginning, but nobody saw it because it was something new. It was the cowboy shit. It was something new. So we're willing to forgive it.
Maybe. Yeah, also I was young when I played it. Maybe I had more tolerance for that shit. But I feel like Red Dead 1 was a better...
Yeah, at least from what I've seen, you know, like, I haven't beaten Red Dead 2, but from what just comparing them and what I have played of Red Dead 2, it is. It's just, I don't think Red Dead 1 was, like, the darling that we all remember it to be. Is all.
Yeah. There was this one part in Red Dead 1 where it was like a really, really long ride across the countryside.
Yeah, but that's when they play the music, right?
Yeah, and then they play the music, and it was a really cool part. It was one part that was cool, so you can get a scope of how vast the world had just opened up into.
Yeah.
Because you just unlocked Mexico.
Yeah, I remember that part.
And it had like the cool song on it, and you know, you're riding to a destination where you're gonna have to fight. So the build up is there. It was a cool story beat.
Yeah.
They took that and they made it
The whole game.
the whole game in Red Dead 2. Now, it kind of gets fucking annoying when you're riding on a horse for 13 hours and it loses its uniqueness. And it's just, I was disappointed.
It's ass, man. It's ass.
I was butthurt.
It's ass.
So it made me even more mad. It's ass. It's ass. Your ass. Your ass.
That was the big thing when Red Dead when like the Game Awards were happening in 2018, because it it was like that or God of War, and I was like, yo, come on, this is like, God of War is that game that gets, it's fun, man. Like, yo, this is a game that's like, that's fun. It does all, it has all the mini.
It hits everything.
Yeah.
It hits exploration, it hits story, and it hits
Like, I hate
gameplay.
the thing I absolutely detest when it comes, and like sometimes I can add, or I'll add that, like, sometimes I do enjoy these, so don't get me wrong. But something that I can't stand is when it's like, oh yeah, the game story is fucking amazing, so it could play like shit, or it can suck ass. Like, that's the big thing I cannot stand. That's why I didn't play Last of Us, to add. Like,
Last of Us had the
play like
it was a Naughty Dog game
Yeah,
that they have been releasing, the same type of Naughty Dog game for years.
like,
It's not polished gameplay.
yeah, which
But
like really started with Uncharted.
Uncharted.
Because like Jak and Daxter as a platformer, like a 3D, collectathon platform, the first one, controlled fucking well. Like, it was good for what it was. And then I never played
but
Jak
you're not
3.
playing as cartoon characters in Uncharted.
Yeah, but I'm saying is like there was a point in time where they made a game that was fun. and like I think as time went on, they just like started sniffing their own farts and got lost in sauce. Like they because I played Uncharted 1 through 3. I beat all of them. I mean, you've heard me go on this rant before. I mean, whatever. Yeah. I beat excuse me, sorry. I beat Uncharted 1 through 3. I played through all of them, thinking, like, they were, by the time I hopped aboard that train, it was late. Like, by the time I played Uncharted 3, or by the time I played Uncharted 1, 3 was out. So I played through all 3 of them, ready for like some sort of, because during that console generation, I had the 360, only the 360 for most of it. So I'm expecting like this fucking amazing thing to come in, or like, yo, this is gonna be awesome. And I start playing it, and I go, oh shit, this is great. Like, I'm loving it. It's cool, but there's these nagging things in the back of my head, pretty much like how you're talking about Red Dead, where I'm playing it, and I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, this is awesome. But there's there are these moments where I'm trying to shoot someone and it's just really floaty. Or that this guy with the tank top takes like 8 shots and and I can't, there's just something about it, or I don't know how to quite put my finger on it. It's a little weird. Or there's these parts where I'm fighting these enemies that are outrageously bulky and can teleport, but it's just, I don't know how to put it. There's just something that feels weird about it. And then and then it was like, by the time I got to the end of the second one, or like, it was when I got halfway through the third one, like the thought in your head is, you go like, I don't think I like this, or I think this kind of sucks. But you keep going, no, it's not that, like, no, it's, it's something else.
Yeah, I've made it this far. I couldn't have been wrong past 20 episodes.
Yeah,
what are you
exactly.
about?
So then it's like halfway through Uncharted 3, and I'm playing it, and I went, like, Uncharted 3, I binged, like, I go, okay, I'm sit down, I'm gonna play this, I'm just gonna beat the shit, and see how this ends. And,
right.
I get to the end of it, and by the end of Uncharted 3, spoilers, but get over it, because it's like 11 years old. By the end of Uncharted 3, you're fighting like these I don't know how to put it. You find I think was it Shangri-La or something? I forgot.
Yeah. You're fighting these stone statues.
Yeah, but they teleport.
Sword wielding.
They teleport. They teleport, and they have their weapons equate to shotguns. So
yeah,
they teleport and will roll up on you and kill you about like 2 shots. And so I'm doing that, and I'm like, okay, if I run out in the open, just constantly trying to run away from them, they gun me down. And if I stay in cover, they gun me down. So it starts feeling like a fucking crapshoot. And it was at that point I go, you know what? These games actually suck dick. Like this sucks. The act of playing these games is actually really, really bad. These suck so much ass, and I spent money. I spent my time and my money playing these because everyone said they were awesome, and then I realized that either I'm crazy or we're all sniffing farts. And because like the production values in Uncharted are undeniably top tier, top notch.
Yep.
The
I mean,
characters,
they throw money at it.
Yeah, like the characters and the story are Diet Indiana Jones, but in so far as they're still good. Like
Right.
it's still good.
Or Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. Well, Tomb Raider got whatever, but like you know, like that's I can agree with that. But playing this game is the worst part of playing this game. Like that's, and I don't know how much worse it could get than that. Other than that, playing it's the worst, and it's a broken piece of shit. Like that's
Right.
But when Last of Us was coming out, they're like, oh, you know, Naughty Dog's making another game, and I see Last of Us, and I see okay, it's like Uncharted, but without the like the over the top explosions and you know action movie isms and whatnot. I see that, and I go, stay the fuck away from me and my kids. We do not want to talk to you or be
You
associated.
didn't play The Last of Us multiplayer?
I didn't. Why the fuck would I play that if I didn't like?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's
that was the
all
best
I hear
part.
about is people go like, "Yo, the multiplayer was fun." It's like, yeah, but I'd have to buy the game to do that. Or now I could get it for free because the remaster is, you know, like on PlayStation Plus or whatever. But
Right.
I still like even for free, you can't get me to play it. And I know, I'm kind of like. Once again, in the previous episode, I was making sure to kind of reserve my opinions to a certain extent for games I have not played.
Not for
But
these.
not for that. Not for that, because I see it and I go, okay, like this looks like the same shit where there's a really nice story, good characters, you know, or like interesting characters, I should say. Interesting characters, production values are some of the best in just in gaming. It's beautiful,
Right.
and it's a piece of shit, and I don't want to play it. Like that's what I see when I see a game like that. And let me clarify that sometimes I'm okay with playing like your paint by numbers, you know, AAA stuff. Like I'll say time and time again, I can enjoy me like at least with not the old ones, but the new ones. I can enjoy me some of the new Assassin's Creeds, or when it comes to Far Cry, like I enjoy like the main Far Cry entries. You know, for the most part, like some of them I don't enjoy as much as the others, but I can't say there's any of them I outright hate.
I mean, there's the one that you paid actual money for level ups in, which was that was the one after 5, I think.
Oh, New Dawn.
Yeah, that one. You can fuck right off.
Yeah, you can fuck right off with that, but that's not a mainline entry, so that's one of the, you know, I guess the story is. Whatever. I mean, I don't play.
Yeah.
I kind of don't play Far Cry for the story either. But, I just realized I didn't even bother attacking things. I just skipped everything.
He's like, yeah, this is my house. You guys are guests. I belong here. I will tell you though.
But everyone
Last of Us.
Everyone loves it. Everyone loves Last of Us.
No. Well, gameplay in particular, right? It has the same. Hold on.
I'll make sure.
It has the same. Yeah, it has the same shortcomings as Uncharted does.
Yeah.
Only difference is it's a stealth strategy game. Like you have to figure out how to navigate your way through. You know the
environment and encounters.
The environment,
stuff,
all that. And yeah, you can go straight action. You can definitely go straight action. But you're, you know, one hit and you're dead.
Yeah.
So the slower gameplay and the parts where you don't even engage with the Uncharted-like combat makes for an okay game. It's an okay. It's the gameplay is okay. The story is really good, and if you get invested in it, it's a really
I mean that's what I hear,
really
man. That's what I hear, and that's what I've been hearing since 2013. And I just like maybe one day I'll go like, you know what? I'm, you know, maybe I am depressed. It's either this or heroin. Like, then maybe I'll play it, sure. But I've been
in the year 2029, all video game companies went bankrupt, and there are no new video games. You can only play the old ones.
I mean, there's still so much shit. Like I always say, man, there are so many games that like guaranteed there are games out there that I would love, or for any person really. There are games out there that you would love, and don't even know that it's out.
let me. Just because I played it last night. What was the name of the game I was playing last night?
30XX?
No.
Oh, Sulaco.
The demo. Sulaco?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Dude. That is the most fun I've had with a first-person shooter since maybe Modern Warfare 2. Like, so for those of you that don't know, which is everybody, because I didn't even fucking know. Nobody knows.
Even though nobody knows, but I told him about it. Like this, nobody.
Exactly. You told me about it, right?
If you play if you like boomer shooters, you know, you probably know.
Yeah.
Like this.
So there's they took you told me last night. They took the Doom engine, right, and they opened it up to mod it heavily, and people are making games, full games off of.
It's called GZ Doom.
The Doom engine. DZ Doom.
GZ Doom.
GZ Doom. Yeah, and these games are looking really fleshed out. You know, they got their own art. They got their own full enemies. Game.
They don't just look like
everything.
Doom
Atmosphere.
That's a big thing. Like, despite being made with what is at its core the Doom engine, they do not look like Doom clones.
Yeah. So this game, Sulaco.
Demo on Steam.
There's a demo on Steam. It is awesome. It's an awesome FPS. More than that, it's an awesome. I don't know how to explain it. It's made off of the fucking Doom engine.
Yeah, which is
Doom.
30.
Doom's one of the first games I've ever played in my whole entire life. Why is a game running off of an engine that old more fun to play than a AAA title nowadays?
Because it's about, like, you know, I'm all down for sniffing farts, sniffing your own brand or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, insofar as you create something and you're really excited for it, and, you know, like, you own your craft, and you know, like, there's a, you know, you make it for yourself. Like, if you ever question me, look at the video as a recording that I put out this week that has required the most work yet has gotten the least amount of views. So, but, you know, that's at the end of the day, it's that video specifically is like a for me kind of video. So I'm all for that, though. I will say, at least with the video, I think if I'm not like trying to tell people, go, you know, fuck it, yeah, go watch it. It's a Bayonetta video, but I trust and hope and imagine that if, you know, when someone watches it, it is enjoyable, right? Like, this is a for me video, but it's also, like, enjoyable. But I think people get so lost, and it's like, once again, can't see the forest for the trees kind of thing, where you get so lost in, like, oh man, this is awesome, like, look what we can do with this. It's like, but you almost forgot that you're making a thing that people play. Like, that's, you know, like, that once again, that's for me. If I made a video about Bayonetta and all I did was talk about, like, fucking, you know, like, iframes on dodges and nothing but mechanics, then I would be making a video for no one but people who get into that kind of shit, which I could tell you is not a very big crowd. So
especially for a single player.
Yeah, so at the very least, if I'm going to make something about it, I'm gonna hopefully make it in a way that's palatable for people who aren't into it. Or, like, you know, maybe you don't care for the game, maybe you never even heard of it, maybe you haven't played it, whatever it may be. But I'm hoping that at least if you watch it, you get, like, the point comes across that this shit is cool, without me just, like, telling you, like, oh, why is it cool? Well, because it, you know, the thing has, you know, the time, like, you have, you know, 16 active iframes and all this. Just like, okay, like, I guess technically on paper that is the why, but it's a feeling.
right. Why should I feel good about this?
Yeah.
Why should I even care? If I'm not even playing the game, what's cool about it?
Yeah. So that's what happens with so many like these big AAA games. Like, oh, we made this really big open world, and it's like, and you can go suck a dick with that. Like, yo, fucking teenager me would have been dick riding that mega hard. Like, yo, that's awesome. Oh, this game takes what was the Dying Light 2 number that we talked about some time ago? That was like 500 hours to complete. Oh my god, I would love that. Now I hear that, I go, what a waste of fucking time, you know. Like, I'm sure, you know, I'm not gonna complete it. But
what was that game that has the? It was a driving game on the 360. It had like the world record for the biggest map at the time.
it's probably The Crew. I mean, not. Sorry, no. That's a Xbox One. Test Drive Unlimited.
Was that it? And
Most like
I remember it took you like in real time how many hours to drive from one end of the map to the other.
Oh, you're talking about You're talking about, was it Dirt? No, not Dirt. No. It was something else. It wasn't called Mud or something. It was
a driving.
Yeah,
game.
it was an off-road driving game. It was a fuck. Oh my god. Shit. I'm trying to remember
it. He's transforming.
I'm getting mad. Fuck. What was it? Whatever. Keep going. Let's stop sneezing, man. Shit.
I'm sorry.
The point of these videos is to not have to edit them.
You don't have to edit them. Just keep it in.
Okay. Guess we're keeping it in, boys. That's it.
It's a human experience. You get the feeling.
Yeah, we're all human at the end of the day. What the fuck was the name? It wasn't. No, I don't know what I'm thinking. Fuel. Oh my god.
How many hours did it take to? Because there was an achievement.
I don't know. I never played. I just know about it. That's it.
Point being.
Yeah, what the fuck is the point? Like, that's.
Point being, it had the world record for the biggest map. It had an achievement for the longest amount of time that you have to drive from one place. It took hours to get to the other place on the map, just driving straight through.
Yeah.
And there's nothing in it.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can make a square with a bunch of terrain, but if there's nothing in it, then you've wasted everybody's
You just made
time.
a big square. Like, which is, hey, cool, good job, bro. This sucks.
Like Elden Ring, there's shit.
There's a point to the map. There's a point.
Yeah, there's a point to the map. It's jam-packed with a lot of
Like,
stuff.
the design, like, I said in one of my videos, and I'll say it again, man, the design is deliberate. Like, shit is here because there's a point, not just because it is. You know.
Right.
As opposed, like, The Crew. If you ever played The Crew, I mean, I don't think it's... it takes about, like, I don't know, depending on what kind of car you're driving, it could take, like, 30 minutes to drive from one end of the map to the other. 30, 40 minutes, which is still, like, you know, crazy long. We consider in GTA, it takes, like GTA 5. GTA 5's map is, you know, big. It's big, but it takes you, like... If you're using a car, it would probably take you about like 5-6 minutes to get from one end to the other.
Yeah, not too much.
The Crew, it's the map is huge, and it's such a big empty nothing, man. But I like, it's one of those games where I get to turn my brain off and play it, which is cool. But in terms of, you know, like, oh, it's cool you have this big map, but did you guys ever think of making a game that's like where the fucking driving physics didn't suck ass and you didn't have to patch in better driving physics like 4 years after the game came out to fix it? Like, that's... Which is what happened?
I think I played was it early access or a demo for The Crew?
Probably.
Or a free-to-play weekend or something?
Yeah, probably.
Before the game came out, and it was just... I knew instantly it was a driving game that I knew I did not want to play at all.
Well, yeah, this shit.
Like, cool, really cool concept.
Yeah,
I was looking
like,
at
the whole, it's a, you know, the continental, you know, U.S., the lower 48.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
That's really cool.
This sucks.
But yeah, it reminded me. There was this in our school. We had 2 computers, right, in the classroom, and there would be like a lot of time to use the computers, and they made us play this truck simulator game. So it would teach us like the states, the capitals and all that.
Okay.
And it was just you driving to these different places, right? It's just specifically it's a truck driving simulator, but a less advanced version of
Yeah,
it,
I love it now.
and it's just to learn stuff.
That sounds awesome, bro.
I mean, in school it was, but it's a whole lot of nothing. It's a big empty
I
nothing,
was like,
right?
wait, but for-
It's driving a truck.
Yeah. It's just that in school, like doing that in school, though, I'm like, wait, this sounds fucking cool, yo.
Yeah, but it was lame as fuck.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, we're playing a game for school, like literally the most boring game we could ever be playing.
Yeah, I remember the teacher was like, "You can go anywhere you want. You just do not go to Hawaii." It
Put
takes
the boat in the water.
no.
I mean, sorry,
there's a bridge in the game that spans to Hawaii.
Yeah, what?
Says, yeah. Apparently it takes too long to cross the bridge.
Okay. Oh, that's fucking funny though.
And guess who fucking did it? Yeah, I definitely went to Hawaii. It was swell.
Hey,
I used
teacher,
my entire computer time to go.
teacher,
across that
I'll
bridge
go to
and shit.
Hawaii. You little shit.
Well, point being, it was a whole lot of nothing. I didn't learn anything, and it's just an empty game.
Yeah. Well,
Man,
until next time, I'll probably be wearing a suit of armor because I don't like this stuff. That's about it.
good luck.
Bye bye.